Okay, should be good to go here. Give me 1 sec to get launched. Launch it in the background real quick, and hopefully it's switched over. Good. Audio problems. Well, it's 40K Mechanicus is the game we're playing today, but apparently the audio isn't actually capturing. Is it capturing? Let me know if you're hearing anything. Because on my side, it seems that it should be playing. Let me try cycling this. If I turn this off and then back on again, are you hearing anything now? Toggle this. How about now? We're gonna just relaunch it. Okay, we'll just relaunch it and see if that works. We'll just let the audio play out here. Hopefully.
From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh, as if it will not decay and fail you. One day the crude biomass that you call a temple will wither, and you will beg my kind to save you. But I am already saved. For the machine is immortal.
Okay. Hopefully this is going to be reasonably balanced. I'm hoping... Is my voice like about right compared to the audio there, or no? Like that's a little bit of a louder section, but... Because like a lot of the game's audio isn't terribly loud. Any feedback at all would be helpful, thank you. Okay, well I guess I'll just carry on. Anyways, 40K Mechanicus, set in the 40K universe, playing as the AdMech faction. I mean, there's hardly any audio in this game, so that opening music would have been the best comparison, because everything in this game, like, is about as loud as this, where it's just, like, quiet little stings and then nothing. We'll start a new game here. This is very similar to, like, XCOM, or any of the other, like, turn-based tactic games. You have a ton of additional settings and customization you can go into here. Hey, Rizeku, how's it going? Hey, Stubbs. Glad you guys could make it. You just missed one of the coolest game openings, like, out there. The opening cutscene to this is absolutely phenomenal. It's the same as the, like, original trailers. If you've seen that, it is really feckin' cool. Or rewatch it on the VOD or something, because yeah, it's quite neat. Yeah, Stubbs must have seen it, because yeah, very, very fun one. Let's see here. We can customize a lot of options. So there's one that I've been thinking of doing if I play this again is lowering the awakening level rate. It is very similar to XCOM, and it's set with the 40K universe with my favorite faction, the Adeptus Mechanicus, which we'll get into a little bit as we meet them. They are very bizarre people. The AdMech are quite odd, but yeah, we'll get into this a little bit here. I think the opening explains the basic setup a little bit here. We'll just leave everything on normal for now. If I do this, do anything special? No, that's fine. We'll just do this. Normal difficulty. Praise the Omnissiah indeed. Orcs for the win. 41st millennia, a time of darkness and war. The Imperium of Man claims the whole galaxy in the name of the God Emperor. It fights an endless war against Xenos from without, heretics from within, and supernatural horrors from beyond. Alongside the Imperium's war fleets serve the Adeptus Mechanicus. Tech priests of Mars, guardians and reclaimers of humanity's technology, ever searching for remnants of knowledge from man's glorious past, exploring the depths of the galaxy for worlds lost to mankind. In the name of their machine god, they manufacture the Imperial war machines within gigantic boundaries known as Forge Worlds. Gradually, the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus shed their human weakness, replacing their limbs and organs with machinery that is both stronger and spiritually pure. Their leaders, the inscrutable Magi, protect the Forge Worlds and explore the furthest corners of the galaxy with their cohorts of Skitarii troops. At the time of warfare, tragedy, and portents of doom, across this benighted galaxy, the Adeptus Mechanicus are one of mankind's last defenses against the new Dark Age, or perhaps they will be the ones to hasten its dawn. Echo in the Noosphere, Majos, an old transmission lost in the warp and recovered only now. I love the voice acting, if you can call it that, in this game. It is absolutely fantastic. Is it worthy of our attention? The Great Divide torments the galaxy. The resources of the Adeptus Mechanicus are stretched thin. I honestly have no idea if this is like human voice actors or just like weird compressed audio samples. Weaker than ever, though the Imperium at large knows it not, this represents an unknown but possible key to victory. An opportunity to research, perhaps avert the ill fate that has befallen us. Transmission's origin is Silva Tenebris, part of the Amicis Solaris within the Ultima Segmentum. Search the rolls, Reditus, gather them. Alright, 4 months later, we've reached the planet. Accessing Majos Resac last log entry. Whoever finds this transmission and follows me here, give thanks that you will see what I have seen, but be wary, my fellow seekers of knowledge. Whatever lies beneath this world, I fear, I hope, I have woken it. I came to this world to investigate its ruins, but found so much more. Terrors, yes, threats to body and soul, but by the Omnissiah I found such wonders. Bunch of Primaris Marines I need to put together. I've got too many things. Also, one sec, I'm going to update the stream title and things here. Make sure it's all up to date. To find where it is I go to do that. Stream manager, edit stream info. This should do it. Warhammer 40. We'll do the full title. 40,000 Mechanicus. And does it have a category for this on Twitch? It does. Stream info updated successfully. Okay. We're back. Did I tell you my Jesus joke? No, I don't think so. I'm probably going to keep religious jokes out of chat, though, if you don't mind, just because it leads to too much squabbling. I would probably find it funny. PM it to me if you want. But just to keep things from getting squabbly in chat, I'd appreciate it if we could keep them out of there if it's going to cause problems. Thank you, though. Yeah, okay. Stream info should be updated. Thank you. Last transmission of Magos Resac. He vanished while on an explorer mission to investigate Xeno structures on Silva Tenebris. Hypothesis, he found something. And yeah, speaking of 40k models, yes, I have like just shy of 3,000 points of Adeptus Mechanicus, built, not entirely painted, so half painted. I've got an Imperial Knight painted. I've got the Imperial, like the Imperium half of the Command Edition starter kit from 9th edition. The Space Marines painted. They just did them as like box art Ultramarines. I've got a Dreadnought that I've got painted up in a custom armor color. It's like a purple and gold armor. I've got Celestine painted up. I just finished building Guilliman, the Games Workshop one, not the Forge World one. I've got a handful of Chaos Space Marine Terminators. I've got the entirety of... I've got the Blackstone Fortress box. I bought the... the Tyranid... what is it? The Tyranid Combat Patrol, which is like 43 Tyranids or something ridiculous like that, 39 Tyranids. Plus my friend gave me all of his old Tyranids and his old Space Marines, and a box full of spare arms for them. I've got... What else do I have? Oh, I bought the Kill Team starter box, so I've got like a handful of Orcs and a handful of Kriegsmen. Mostly not painted. What else do I have sitting around here? Just looking around at the piles of... I have a lot of the sprues in boxes sitting in the office, so I have piles of plastic slowly threatening to crush me to death in the office here. I would actually like to do a painting stream at some point, but I don't need to know how to set that up. I would need to figure out a good way to get lighting and mics and everything set up where I could actually do that. Yeah, I've got a lot of 40k bits laying around. I've spent too much money on them. Hypothesis, he found something. Our mission on this world is to ascertain any Xenos presence, and if we find it, eliminate it as a threat to the Imperium. Opening of the Great Divide means we can call on no additional support from the Forge Worlds. We must achieve this with the troops and resources we bring with us. Benefit analysis, peace for sector, knowledge for mankind, plus potential, plus opportunity. An opportunity to destroy the works of the Xenos Scaevola, not appropriate them. The Miscreant Manuscripts, verse 619. What the enemy built, let it be made asunder, for to us it will be as a house of sand and knives. Magi, we are approaching the target coordinates. Syncing with Kaistus Metallicon, requesting warp travel state. Your standard warp travel here. Everything looks like it's going well. Exiting the Empyrean. Location, Eastern Fringe, planet Silva Tenebris. Also, the soundtrack in this game is absolutely phenomenal. Intercessors, Aggressors, and a Primaris Chaplain. I really want to get some Kriegsmen, though. The new Kriegsmen box they came out with that was released for Kill Team, where you get the like 10 Kriegsmen, is a really good deal. You get a lot of options. There she is. Temperate climate, atmosphere standard breathable. My Skitarii troops should be able to operate down there without trouble. Are they ready to make landfall? As soon as we're in stable orbit, Magos. Administratum records indicate a single colony, St. Eckart's Hope, on the surface near Xenos ruins. No contact recorded in 2 centuries. Colony presumed failed. Skitarii will deploy to the surface near the ruins along with a team of tech priests under my direct command. I shall monitor them from the command throne on board. Servoskull Reditus will serve as my eyes on the surface. We make landfall at once. Are dragons in 40k? There probably are. There's probably everything in 40k if you look far enough. I think the there's like a chaos dragon for sure. I don't think there's like a specific dragon faction, but there's a chaos model that's very dragon-like. And I think, yeah, the Tyranids have some cool, like, weird dragon-y things. And I think some of the other demons and stuff have some dragon-y type things. And technically there's like, if we want to go deep lore dive, I don't think there's a miniature for this, but there's supposed to be like a sleeping dragon god under the surface of Mars that is potentially what the tech priests are worshipping. Or what caused the tech priests to devolve into the weird, bizarro world state we see them in now. Magos will set up a forward command post. Raceax transmission looked like it came from underground. Secure any entrances to an underground structure so your tech priest can begin the exploration. Argalex sector located. The tomb reeks of stale, dusty antiquity. Its once stern architecture is littered with debris and tarnished with the patina of age. Here and there, fissures in the structure cast feeble light over cracked, tarnished metal. The tomb was once brutalist and oppressive. It's designed to crush the spirits of its inhabitants. It is no less intimidating now, but instead of evoking a merciless guiding intelligence, it speaks only of decline and of death. The place seemed abandoned at first glance, but as the exploratory troops move through its hushed corridors, the ancient dust stirs. Something long dead begins to take on a facsimile of life. Sleeping dragon? Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought that was... Yeah. So we'll go a little bit into the lore of this. The Mechanicus, were on Mars. There was a pretty far in the future, 40k timeline. They going by our fragmentary information, it looks like a buried tomb structure. They had to flee underground for a while when things got bad in the galaxy. There was a lot of chaos and a lot of uprisings, and war broke out, and there was, I think, during the Men of Iron uprising and like the chaos storms that happened after Slaanesh was born and all this nonsense. Things got bad. They had to retreat underground into vaults, and the only thing that kept them alive was their technology and being able to repair their technology. So anybody that had any aptitude with machinery managed to elevate themselves up to positions of authority. Because being able to repair the machines, like their life support systems and their air filters and all that, were the only thing that could keep them alive. So if you could do that, you were worshipped. And eventually, their technology just started acting in weird ways. Like, it started getting real funky. Like, occasionally things would just seem to behave as if they had a life of their own. And they began to worship that there was a machine god that was ruling all technology, that the spirits of the machine god were in technology, and like they had to appease these spirits. So they'd start treating their like repair manuals like a Bible, and they would read them and burn oils and incense and try to appease the spirits of these machines. And what may have been causing that is some kind of sleeping dragon god under the surface of Mars, which is probably just a shard of one of the old Necron gods, most likely. Character's a demon lord of chaos and terror, mixed like oil and water in the Imperium. Yeah, probably wouldn't do well in the Imperium. And yeah, Inquisitor Martyr is pretty fun. Yeah. Sword of the Omnissiah is ready to fall. We deploy immediately. Secrets of this world equals 0. A council caution Majos Faustinius. Our purpose should be to destroy the threat of the aliens, not to bask in its blasphemy. Aphorisms of the Logic Saints 7.91. In the presence of the Xenos lies the invisible miasma of corruption. Destruction is not possible from orbit. Mid-X, the structure is too deeply buried. In Scaevola, I have no intention of plundering whatever trinkets I can from this place. Technology can be very fickle. Hi, Poss. Florida units of tech priests inside the tomb and ready to proceed, Magos. There's no telling what we'll find. My men will hold the perimeter in case of the unexpected. folly to commit our whole manpower to the unknown, especially when the potential of a moral threat exists that the Skitarii are less able to withstand. How about begging and pleading and burning incense to get mysterious computer issues to fix themselves? I'm relatively certain that that is the correct method for getting a printer to work. I have the greatest respect for my Skitarii, but they are still far from the ascension that a tech priest affords. I agree, Subdomina. I shall lead the mission in person from the command throne. Servo Skull Redditus shall be my eyes and ears on the ground. Omnissiah be praised, we're going in. Adeptus Mechanicus are a curious breed. They explore and interact with machines they do not fully understand. In the tutorial, you'll have to explore the interface and discover what to do. Like a true tech priest, you must experiment in order to learn. We'll help you out this one time. Left mouse button, also LMD. Click on the entry. Move. Alright. So here we are. We've got a map. This is our mission. We're here to explore this tomb. See what we can find. Our objectives at the end. And we've got our little horde of troops down here. A pair of tech priests, Apprentice Jeremiah and Apprentice Menarius. As well as a bunch of servitors, which are basically just lobotomized, usually conscripts or prisoners that just get their brains scooped out in order to better serve the Emperor, or the Machine God in this case. What do you sacrifice? Another piece of technology or meat bag of some kind or what? Probably, you know, if it's the Mechanicus, they probably sacrifice technology to make their technology work. They wouldn't give an inferior offering of flesh. Xenos hieroglyphs, I know of them. They are my undoers, Necrons, mysterious, ill-researched, corruptive. So yeah, this guy here, Redditus, this Servo Skull, was a person at one point, and there's still a, like, his brain and memories in there somewhere, but it's also been, like, reprogrammed to serve a function. They hear from AFK for a while, passed out, fair enough. This could be a rare sample of the Necron language, Majos. We have barely any knowledge of it. Collecting data from this obelisk could move our understanding of the language ahead for the first time in centuries. Also, I love all the different character designs here. All the different, like, artwork and the different voices they give each person are really cool. Work of the Alien Magos, Codex Fulminatus 83.12, show caution and scorn in all things. Sometimes tech priests will feed back important information about what they encounter in a room. These situations will require you, our commander, to make decisions. There will be consequences, so choose wisely. Ahead is an obelisk-like object covered in what can only be described as hieroglyphic symbols. It almost reaches the tall ceiling of this chamber. So our options are to check the surrounding chamber for potential dangers, destroy the obelisk, it's a monument to the alien and it must fall, or examine the inscriptions on the obelisk. Let's scout the room for potential dangers is probably a smart idea. Detecting a massive energy spike from inside the tomb. Thank the Omnissiah, no one was close enough to be hit by the radiation, but something's happening in there, something huge. Noctilith source detected, also known as Blackstone. Request collection immediate. Cohort searches the chambers adjoining the obelisk location. They find a few pieces of wreckage made from exotic materials and are gathering them when the obelisk suddenly opens up, bathing its chamber in radiation. It appears there's also something inside the obelisk. We get 150 Blackstone for that. One of the currencies of the game. Chaos Marines, how do they work? Poorly. Unless they're Night Lords. Night Lords are real cool. Alright, nothing in this room, so we move on forward. The bloodiest faction is definitely World Eaters. Necrons, Resac did encounter them after all, no wonder he didn't make it off this planet. Every datum we have says they're as deadly as they are inhuman. They serve Khorne, the blood god, all about war, death, and destruction. And yeah, that's the Angron's faction. He's real mad. And then he's gonna smash you. They're all about just blood, murder, and guts. They're fun. Every datum we have says they're as deadly as they are inhuman. Cohort encounters resistance in the form of Xenos constructs, not flesh and blood creatures, but artificial bodies that move with precision and coordination. Caution, exercise extreme caution, don't charge too heedlessly lest the trickery of the alien be our downfall, or follow the established combat engagement protocols that shall be done by the book. Or Crusade, the aggressive stance of tech priests ensure they will not be outmaneuvered but at risk running headlong into the fire of the enemy. I think tech priests, we're going to go with consistency. Do it by the book. Combat will be joined along with the long-established tenets of the Adeptus Mechanicus for good or ill. And our first example of the combat in this game. Crusade. Crusade! No, we're sticking to the books on this one. We'll you know what? I'll start letting chat decide the options from here on out, though. That's a good idea. I like that. But from here on out, when we get those options, I'll let you guys make a pick on what you want to do. Confirmed. Redditus Cogitators now functioning for synthetic forms. Oh my god, everyone wanted the Crusade. Good lord. Apologies. Overwhelming excitement. Finally, we can study the standard construct Necron Warrior. Weak spots detected plus none equals concerning. I wonder about the symbols emblazoned on their torsos. It must... Do not underestimate gauze weaponry, highly volatile. True, I've heard our brothers and sisters of the Mechanicus have lost their lives. Trying to solve the mysteries of these Xenos weapons, approach with caution. Also, double-checking cogitators, widely known that they will self-repair, plus reanimate, or plus reconstruct themselves, if left time to do so. Wounds that would instantly kill a Scutari are the equivalent of a Class C graze to Necrons. Alright, kill all enemies. Step 1, we need to deploy our troops. At the start of every fight, decide the location of the battlefield, only place in the highlighted squares. Click on a square to place a unit. We've got our 2 tech priests. It looks like the layout is 2 Necron warriors. We've got 2 tech priests, so let's just lay them out here, and how about here? And we'll start. Got our turn order up at the top here. Alright, this Necron takes his turn, this Necron takes his turn. Maybe I could have just played a little farther back, make them walk up to me. Necrons sound OP. Move the unit. Click the blue outline surrounding your unit. You can confirm the movement. To decline the movement, simply right mouse button, click anywhere. Necrons are pretty wild. Like, even on the tabletop game, if you play them, like, in the actual game, they have that reanimation protocol in-game. I think you have to roll a 6. So every time a unit gets destroyed, you roll a d6, and if you roll a 6, it just gets back up. Like, they're pretty nutty. I don't know if all of their units have that, or if it's just the weaker ones. I'm not a Necron player. Alright, what are my options here? So we can move... Why does my camera keep tendering back over to there? We can move around on the map. We've got these different cognition point things here, which are how you gather up the resources. Do any of these require cognition points? No. This is similar to your, action points in XCOM. Move a tech priest to a source of CP, represent the valuable information for tech priests are harvesting. Several ways to collect CP. Fastest is moving them close to a source. There are many other ways, so look around to find out what they are. This will allow you to use your more advanced abilities and movements. Stored at the bottom of the screen. CP are a shared resource, so plan ahead. It's not per unit, I have up to 4 of them slotted right now, and that's shared across all of my units. I can also use my little servo skull here. Every tech priest has their own. Very helpful in combat and cognition collection. Select an enemy to find out its battle statistics. So right now, having not selected anything, if I target an enemy, I actually don't know how much damage I'm going to do to it, and I don't know how much health it has, because we haven't scanned it yet. If we use this, I can scan it and see that it has 6 health and some armor against energy weapons. Reveal the statistics. Knowing your enemy's stats will greatly increase your chance of success. Servo skulls reveal HP, physical, and energy armor statistics, which allows you to decide what types of weapons to use. Are we in luck? We are. This guy... Okay, I lucked out. This guy has a physical damage weapon, Macro Stubber, which means that I'm actually going to be able to use his weapon to deal damage to this Necron. Move forward a little bit, and 2 damage to him, bring him down to 4 health. We still have some movement points, so I could actually spend 1 cognition to move my character. We do have a cognition point to spare, and I could actually do that to get him into range of this pillar over here. So let's actually do that. Spent a cognition point to move him, but he'll gain a new cognition point when he gets close to this, so we're neutral, and that puts him in cover behind this. I think we're actually gonna, yeah, we're gonna do that. And then end this guy's turn. Next guy's up. You'll head up to, actually first off, give me the stats on you. 1 physical armor, so we'd prefer to use energy weapons if possible, which I do have. However, actually let's go here. It requires 2 CP to fire this weapon. Gathered enough cognition points to use a CP-powered weapon. Some weapons like the Phosphor Serpenta require CP to use. So if I look at this here, you can see 2 little orange dots, and in the description there, 2 orange dots. This requires command points to use. Pick hero for the combat choice for now. That's true, we could do pick hero. I'm fine with just leaving it open to people. Because I'm probably going to adjust the point cost for that anyway, if I'm going to do it for this. This is just going to be a one-off anyway. I'm not planning on like doing a full series of this game at the moment. Killing Necrons isn't simple. Necrons are made of a self-repairing metal that was able to knit together dismembered limbs and gaping wounds. We call this reanimation protocol. When a Necron is on their reanimation protocol, they're unable to fight, return to fighting conditions soon. Dealing any amount of damage to a Necron in this protocol state will destroy them indefinitely. This is a little different than tabletop. You can't do this in a tabletop, I don't think. So right now, this Necron is wounded but not quite dead. Let's start moving my guy around the outside to get into range on him. I can't melee attack him from here. So we'll leave this for now. It's going to be this guy's turn, well, a new round, and then I get reinforcements. Because I left this guy standing next to this, he automatically gathers his capture point. Able to call in members of the cohort as the battle goes on. Happen at the start of every round, you'll need CP to deploy troops. With 1 CP, I can actually go ahead and plop you down over here. Send in a Servitor. 2 types of units to control. Tech Priests, the 2 units I've just commanded, or Troops, the ones I just deployed. Troops are my servants and cannon fodder. They don't have any access to as many weapons and skills, however they are useful and should not be overlooked. So troops in this game, you have an unlimited reserve of these guys back on the ships once you've unlocked them, but you have to spend some command points to deploy them. Because there's this sort of disposable unlimited supply, it's generally preferable to let them take damage ahead of your tech priests. Your tech priests, you have a limited number of them. When they die, they actually, like, you have to hire a new one, basically. And all their stats and weapons and upgrades and everything get reset. Necron you just attacked has been teleported away to somewhere far beyond our reach. In practical terms, it means you've killed the target. Alright. Practical terms, he's dead. Let's move on. Servitor's done. Next up is going to be our Necron buddy over here. He might get a shot at our Servitor, but that's fine. That means he's not getting a shot at this guy. When Servitors are hit in combat, Tech Priests take an interest, quickly noting down damage angles, projectile speeds, and other useful combat information to be used later against their enemies. Represented by gaining a cognition point. Servitors are very useful. So yeah, Servitors, every time they get shot, you gain a CP. So definitely, you know, useful. get that gathered up, and then head a little forward and 2 damage, but not enough to actually kill him. Well, fall back into cover. I've still got 2 CP, that's pretty good. End this guy's turn for now. You could head over here. You'll pass this on the way, gather a command point, which neutralizes out the fact that we spent a command point to move here. How many? This is free to use. Let's get into melee range. And burn our axe. When you enter melee combat in an adjacent square, you're unable to use ranged weapons. They're too dangerous to use at close range. That is actually a thing from the tabletop. They don't like. Destruction is the destiny of the Xenos. Because we are standing immediately next to him, we automatically disable him. All Xenos life forms purged. Cohort's HP carries over from each fight within a mission. Keep this in mind when exploring a tomb and look for opportunities to repair. Alright, so you can see our health has been updated. We'll carry on down the rest of the tomb here. And we have another choice coming up. Hypothesis formulation, sarcophagi, coffins, burial places, structural purpose designation, tomb. In the chambers ahead are several groups of structures like upright coffins of an unknown material. We could ignore them, do not tarry to observe the works of the alien, press on and avoid any distractions. Ignite them, make sure to destroy any structure that looks suspicious. It's worth pausing in your advance to do harm to the Xenos abominations. Or, ensure you observe your surroundings carefully. Detailed pictographs and readings may be the key to success. Those are Necron tombs, alright? Yeah, Scavola's really keeping up with it. But yeah, go ahead. Anybody have any opinions on this one? Do we ignore them, set fire to them, or take down, or start grabbing pictures? I'm gonna take a sip of soda while we think about this. Set that shit on fire. Alright, we got 1 vote for set it on fire. Any follow-ups? Ignore. Ooh, we got a tie break. Do we have anybody else who wants to vote in? Alright. Well. Do I have oh, clicking out actually clicks me out of this. That's a little obnoxious. Tell you what, I'll flip a coin here. I should have a coin. What do I got for a coin? We got 1 vote for ignore, 1 vote for ignite. I have... Oh god, this is a hell of a coin to flip. I have a US 50-cent piece. This thing is honkin'. It's from 1880. So, thing's about 140 years old. Do I have that right? Yeah, 140-year-old half-cent piece. Let's go ahead and flip this. We'll go heads, ignite, tails, ignore. Dear God, I almost killed myself. We got heads, though. So that is ignite. Setting it on fire. Tech priest opened fire on a sarcophagi. The structures prove all but impermeable to normal small arms fire, but components of strange Necron materials are stripped away and can be salvaged by the cohort for examination and repurposing. 2 cognition points and 150 Blackstone. 142 years old, yeah. It's surprisingly good shape, 'cause it's actually silver, so like it didn't like tarnish at all. It's really cool looking. And you can actually still read some of the like writing, like it's Lady Liberty on the coin. And she has like a headband that has Liberty written on it, and you can actually still read it. Like it's really in pretty good shape for being 142 years old. I'll post a picture on Twitter later. Alright. We got some Blackstone, we got some CP. Away we go. We can see our CP carries over between missions as well. After exploring a chamber for several minutes, a tile underfoot clicks. The sound of whirring energy builds up around your troops. A quick omnispec scan reveals you're surrounded on all sides by Xenos life forms. No option here. We're going straight into a fight. Still looking for a wood nickel. Are those real? That thing? I heard the phrase, but I just assumed it was fake. Alright. We need to deploy troops and destroy the Necrons we've got here. We've also got a hefty source of CP over here. So I'm thinking we're going to leave you there. We're going to put you guys over here. I'm just going to have these two hang out back here while the servitors go deal with the Necrons up front. Not enough cognition points. Alright, that's fine. 3 guys out right away. We have the cognition points to spend on getting them deployed to the battlefield. Everybody's in, and we can start marching forward. These guys getting shot is actually good for me anyway, so we'll get them on forward. Keep moving this forward. Can't get into range just yet. Oh! 2 damage. That'll give me a CP though. Or cognition point. Keep this moving forward. Alright. Nothing else there. And you two. Let's... You stand there. Gather a point. And go scan this guy. So he's got energy shielding. For right now, you stay here. Ooh, 4 damage in our first death. 1 servitor down. Servitor 0001 has died. Do not worry, troops are cannon fodder designed to protect your tech priest from enemy attacks. Without tech priest, your mission will fail. That's fine. We don't value life in this Imperium. Oh, I got all 3 command points from that. Interesting. Well, that's good. 6 and 2. Okay, so this guy here is my energy guy, so you're gonna head up this way. Are you in range for this? Yes. 4 damage, very good. Wait here for now. Uh-oh. Scarabs. What are those? Opportunity equals knowledge, gather, must obtain, required. Resec, scarabs detected, source data surfacing. No life forms detected, area is safe, continue forward. Redditus, verify your cogitators and tell me what surface from Majos Recax cogitators. Scarabs of an unknown Xenos race. Biology, synthetic, possible artificial intelligence, one specimen gathered, AI theory equals false. Must gather the bugs. Personal recording. Weeks of studies show there are many variants of Scarab, each with their own roles in the Xenos economy and architecture. Able to build and deconstruct anything they encounter, they're able to repair other units in their species with lightning speed. Be warned, they are deadly in large swarms. It appears the machine spirit is with us. We've been able to access some more of Resec's data that we thought was corrupt. Must be due to us recording these Xenos forms. The machine spirit has blessed us with access to these cogitator records. It's unsure why he would lock this under a synthetic proximity encryption. Set the bugs on fire too. Set the bugs on fire too for sure. Ah, we can deploy another servitor. That's probably a smart idea. Matter of fact, let's deploy him right there. I'm in charge of this guy right now. Get rid of the scarabs. The scarabs are concerning to me. Killed a few of them, but not all of them. Not revealed the statistics for this target as a result. The amount of damage dealt is unknown. Serval skulls, specialized weaponry, and other skills reveal the life of an enemy. Because I haven't scanned this, I have no idea how much damage we just did there. So, could be a lot, could be a little. I can see that there's a few less bugs here. It looks like there were 4 to start with, and now there's only 2. So I'll assume we did about half of its health. Go ahead and end the turn for now. We do have to worry about opportunity attacks here. If I walk away from these scarabs, it gets a free attack on me. However, that works for it too. It can't run without taking some damage from me in return. Go ahead and end turn. Oh, 3 damage and another servitor dead. Really? No response there. Alright. Can I? Not in range of any target. Okay. What's the range on this? 8 meters? Alright, how about we walk up to here and see... Okay, oh, I see. It'll show me if I'm going to be in range by lighting up the little icon by the enemy. Let's get this guy in range. Take a shot at you. Okay. Scarabs are down. You start walking back towards the pillar here so that we can recover our command points. Uh-oh. 4 damage, not enough to kill. Gained a cognition point. Bit of a waste, because we actually don't have any use for cognition points at this moment in time. Clear you out. Open fire on you. This is a kill. Well, stun. I can go ahead and move you up there for 1 command point, but I'll recover it by scanning the body, which should also disable it from reanimating. Alright, end turn. You get up here. This will prevent it from using its melee weaponry. We get a free hit in. Machine Spirit, plus 3 damage. Ah, okay. So as there's a bar under some weapons that you'll see that builds up a Machine Spirit within the weapon. When the weapon is full, you get the bonus effect of the weapon. This one is plus 3 damage. This is quite good. This thing enables attacks of opportunity, meaning that if this Necron tries to back up, I'm going to get a free hit on him. And that should kill him. I'll go ahead and grab the cognition. And push forward a little bit. Can I, like, do anything with you? No, not really. When an enemy moves out of melee range, providing your unit is a melee weapon, enemy will trigger an opportunity attack. Opportunity attack gives your unit a free melee attack. Each unit can only perform 1 opportunity attack per round. So, he's going to back up, get hit, and that kills him. I get the cognition point for having a unit next to him. No threat remaining. Mission's over. A Machine Spirit is, in the belief of the Adeptus Mechanicus, the soul of every piece of technology. These guys believe that every single piece of technology in existence, so every cell phone, every car, every las rifle, every mechanical claw, their wrench, every machine and tool they have has a spirit that lives inside of it that is the reason that it works. And if the spirit is pleased with you, your machine will work well, and if it is angry with you or upset with you, your machine will fail to work well. Which is why they are such strange people that, you know, like, burn incense and chant at their fax machine before they try to turn it on, because they want to appease the machine spirit so that they will send a successful fax. Alright, all Xenos life forms purge. They really don't like AI. A lot of people think that like machine spirit just means like artificial intelligence. That's not it. They don't like AI at all. They don't refer to AI as artificial intelligence. In their terminology, AI stands for abominable intelligence because the whole thing, part of the thing that drove them underground in the first place, was basically a Terminator uprising called the Men of Iron, which were just AI robots that tried to destroy all human life. And they think that that is an absolute abomination. Like they're fine with lobotomizing someone, cutting out their brain, and plugging it into a computer to run it, because there's a biological brain running that computer. If it's the computer being sentient, they don't like that at all. That's an affront to the machine god, which is horrendously hypocritical and doesn't make any sense, but that's just how they work. Symbol represents a location of significant importance to a mission. Encountering these rooms brings you closer to the end of a mission. Negative signs of hostile forces. Seeking permission to proceed with data collection protocols. Permission authorized. Acknowledge Majos. Protocol begins. What is primary focus, sire? Knowledge of Necron forces, numbers, defenses, locations. Any form of data on how many remain on this rock. Secondary source, the purpose of this tomb, why it was built. I like you can see the little servo skull floating around here. Interface devices all but eroded. There is one device that may hold answers, but Necron data looms are incomprehensible to Imperium Archotech. This might take a while. Yeah, that's another thing. They refer to all their technology as Archaeotech because it's all so old that they don't understand how most of it works. They're just kind of like finding ancient relics and like, ah yes, the holy MacBook. Observe it in its glory. They also don't really like inventing things or researching new things, because part of their like code of beliefs is that like the Mentats from Doom, but way less pretty. Yes, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't work, you weren't praying hard enough. That's kind of their mindset. But part of their whole like philosophy is that all knowledge and information that can exist does exist. You just need to find it. So they go out there and explore, like that's what they're doing here. They're exploring this world to try to find technology. They don't want to research or create technology or understand technology. That would be insane. Just go find new working technology and then use it. Idea? Majors, if I may take host of this priest, it could be of assistance. Approved? Neospheric interface complete. Hard to decipher purpose. List of suggestions. Magos plus deconstruct device plus activate switch mechanism plus learn Necron language and return later. What will it be, sire? Need to blast Gothic organ music at all times. Yes, that's an important part of this. I actually legitimately tried that when our router broke the last time. Our internet was down for like a whole day. I think it was a Spectrum outage. I think the internet provider we had was having an outage that lasted like almost an entire 24 hours. It was absolute agony. So I pulled out my cell phone and loaded up the soundtrack to this game and just held it up to the router for a bit to see if it would fix it. It didn't, sadly. So, options. Deconstruct device, activate switch mechanisms, or learn Necron language. Scaevola really wants to learn the Necron language and return later. Also, interesting thing to note, his robe indicates what planet he's from, and I believe the planet he's from is... Oh, which one is that? 1 second here. I have their codex on the floor next to me. It's the one that's like they're very secretive, and they don't want to tell anyone anything about themselves. Is it Agrippina? No. Mars, not Lucius. Is it Styges 7 or Styges 8? Yeah, it's Styges 8. This guy is from Styges 8. Earth. No, they're definitely not from Earth. They're from the Earth is all the Imperium. These guys are only like tertiarily part of the Imperium. The Emperor basically just decided it wasn't worth fighting these lunatics, and so he just agreed to let them keep all their weird. Because the Emperor hated religion. He was very atheistic, militantly atheistic. Um, but rather than fighting these lunatics because it didn't seem like it was worth his time, and he needed someone that could actually, like repair his ships and keep his, machinery functioning, um, he was just like, yeah, sure, whatever, worship your machine god as long as you keep fixing my tech. Um, but yeah, this guy is from Styges 8 is definitely it, and they are potentially fallen to the warp at one point and then redeemed. They're very weird people. Very secretive, very spy-like, they keep themselves. They don't like to share their technology. The icon symbolizes not just enlightenment, but the acquisition of knowledge, no matter how steep the cost. Which is very accurate to how this guy behaves himself. Whoever designed this game did a really good job reading up on the lore of the different factions, because like this faction here, the Styges 8 faction, absolutely is just like, whatever, I don't care where the knowledge comes from, get me the knowledge. Always so meticulous with your lists, Tech Inquisitor, engage on Xenos mechanisms, although I detest to do so, the promises of the rewards are too great to ignore. Having to lower ourselves to the Xenos learnings may be the only way to reach the archaeotech we seek. Protocol updated. As close to Dark Mechanicus as you can get. Yeah, pretty much. Matter of fact, entirely possible that they were Dark Mechanicus during the Horus Heresy, and just no one knew about it. And so when they realized that no one knew about it and that Horus had lost, they just kind of like, nah, we're fine. Confusion, noospheric interference, disconnect at once. Uh-oh. Purged, reset. Noospheric disconnect complete. Possible scrap code will fragment now. Fragmenting. So this guy had directly connected his mind to one of the tech priests down here, and something connected back. Sire, we have unfavorable issue to deal with. Requesting Dominus input. Fragmenting. Explain. As Tech Inquisitor Scaevola left suddenly, my cogitators glitched. Augmentations entered sporadic reaction protocols and have fried vital sign regitories? Unclear of full damage report. Necron device is now activated, sire. Fragmenting. 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 Remove yourself from the noosphere, Scaevola. Redditus report. Tomb is waking, sire. Reports from Skitarii cohorts across the planet note that tremors vex their locales. We've lost contact with the Skitarii that were covering the entrance to this tomb. We can hear noises of approaching forces. Improve protection protocols, load weapons, and ready for what is to come, we must face the Xenos.
I wake with the turning of aeons. Stars yet to burn, life yet to blossom. Is it truly time?
And meet our villain. Well, I guess they're all villains in this universe. But our antagonist for this game we'll go with. God of Excess and really wants Eldar souls. Yeah, that's Slanesh in a nutshell. If you ever want some really good like 40k lore in a entertaining fashion, I highly recommend Adeptus Ridiculous on YouTube. It's not as like serious as a lot of like 40k lore things get. Like there's Luton who does some really phenomenal 40k lore stuff, but he's very like cut and dried and it can get a little dull. Adeptus Ridiculous keeps things pretty light, pretty jokey, a lot of memes, but does a pretty good job of covering a lot of the important stuff. And they try to focus on the more entertaining bits of the lore anyway. Alright. Bones of Mars? What was that? An omni-linguistic transmission, Majos. It seems these mute constructs are not the only inhabitants of this structure.
What is this? Flesh and steel combined. A mockery of both. Their every footstep a blasphemy. What manner of galaxy is this into which I have awoken?
Principal Xenos Warform sighted. Exotic energy signatures past sensor range. Designate Xenos Abominatus. High value target confirmed. The hunt is on. What are your orders, Magos? Alright, we have a choice to make. The cohort reaches a large chamber beneath the first layers of the Xenos ruins. Bridges stretch from balancing platforms barely holding themselves together, while rubble falls from the high walkways like breadcrumbs escaping into the abyss below. Options are stand the ground, annihilate the Xenos filth with righteous fury, capture, contain the Xenos and return it to the Caesis Metallicum intact, so it can be vivisected and studied, or fall back, get the tech priests out of there. Which option do we want? Kick his Necron ass. So is that a vote, Rizeku, is that a vote for stand ground or capture? I'm assuming that's not a vote for fallback. Stand and fight? Okay, we got one for stand and fight. Would anyone else like to get a vote in? We have a second vote for stand and fight. Give it another couple of seconds here. Does anybody else have any opinions on this? Looking like a no, so that's 2 for stand and fight. Alright, in we go. Are you certain, Makos? It is in keeping with the doctrines of the cult Mechanicus, but I do not believe we have the firepower to defeat this foe.
Insects. This galaxy is infested with vermin.
Alright. In we go. Last boat before I gotta go to bed. Have fun. Thanks for joining. And yeah, I'll try to take some more pictures of the 40k minis I've got. Get them uploaded onto Twitter there. If you want to take a look at any of the minis. I've got a pile of them. Final battle of the tutorial. Apply what you've learned so far and strive to obtain victory. The 41st millennium is a brutal place. You may lose this battle, but not the war. In Mechanicus, there are many alternative paths to discover. You say that, Redditus. This game is really harsh on exploring. We'll get to why in a minute, but it's not very forgiving of just, like, trying new strategies. This guy call us vermin. Oh, yeah. No, the Necrons are very, very arrogant. Okay, what is our... Oh, God. Explore the tomb, kill all enemies. Oh, God. Okay, well, we're gonna lose this fight. You go there. You go there, and you guys spread out with us. I honestly don't think we can win this. Void Admiral Agrelek.
Sailed the void for 1,000 years. I fought the war in heaven. What can you do to strike fear in one such as I?
Anything else? No? Nightmare Shroud. What the hell does that mean? Okay, you are gonna go forward and hide over here. We're gonna spread out and do what we can. First things first, give me a readout on this guy. 40 health and 5 physical armor, or energy armor. So he's immune to all of my energy attacks, which means this guy's pistol is the only weapon I have that can hurt him. Alright. I can get a shot in from here. I'm gonna try to win this. I don't know if we're gonna be able to, but I'm certainly gonna try. Keep my eyes open. What else do we have in the field? There's another Necron up there. You come here for now, because it's better cover. Good. You aren't going to be able to hurt this guy at all, so give me some readouts on these guys. 6 and 1 armor, okay. Then head over here. Is he going to be able to get into range where he'd be able to use... energy weapon though, isn't it? Yeah, you know what though? He'll be able to do some decent damage here. Use this on you. 3 damage. That's good. That was actually a minimum roll, but alright. Tuck back around the corner so you're safe. Wait there. Everything resets. I gain my cognition point back. You're really weak, so we're going to try to keep you out of the combat as much as possible. Hide in a corner.
How dare these wretched kings stand before the Void Admiral of Cesaragon?
Actually, come to think of it, I do have a Necron model. I have, what's his name? It's got like an SZ in it. It's, Zeraz. Is it Imperator Zeraz? I forget what the heck his name is. Hey, Reavers. Are we good? Okay, we're good. What the hell is Nightmare Shroud? Oh, it switches. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's bad. Okay, he's very fast. Okay, he's now immune to physical damage. Here's the plan. You get over here. And hide. This will give this guy his turn. We're going to use you to move up. I want to get as far away from him as possible because he scares me. You're gonna go up here and kill this guy. And then run up here. And then run up here. Gather the cognition point. And break this. And then you're gonna run up here so that you're behind that pillar, and then we're gonna go even farther. We're gonna go to right about there. Okay, you're gonna hide over here so that you're hopefully safe. It is very similar to XCOM. Yes, it is, the combat is very similar to XCOM. And this is just the tutorial mission we'll see here.
When my fleet sails once more, vermin like you shall be strung from my prow.
I also don't honestly know if it's possible to win this fight. Okay, he's immune to energy. Oh, there goes my servitor. I feel like it's time... Okay, you have... He's immune to energy, right? Yes, so we're gonna start leaving. But on the way out, we're gonna take a shot at you. Alright. And then we're gonna run up here. Grab this. And then we're gonna run... I feel like there's a Necron, yeah, hiding behind the corner over there. We're gonna go back, like, over here. That should be far enough away that he can't get to me. And we're gonna gather another command point. Oh, the music in this game is fantastic in general. Like, it's got an amazing soundtrack. Okay. He's tucked in a corner. Let's get... One sec, I want to see where we're at here. Let's get you up to here. And use another... Yeah, gather the point from this. And then you're going to run up to here. Get into melee range. Use a melee attack. I had an unknown amount of damage to him. But I get an attack of opportunity if he backs up now.
Do not think to challenge us, we who killed our gods.
Okay. He's still talking shit. Immune to physical damage this turn. Oh god. Okay, we're not dead yet. You're gonna go up here. I probably shouldn't have gone there, huh? What if we go here? He's immune to physical, which means I can't do anything with this guy this turn. Tuck him as far away as possible around the corner. Where is a nuke? That would be very useful right now. Actually, oh, I should have fired it. Yeah, nothing in line. Damn, I should have fired with this gun. It's a free shot. Oh well. We'll be fine. Melee attack this guy. Fall back, yeah. Technically this guy's still gonna regenerate, but we can take a pot shot at him to fix that. I'll gather a command point. He's gonna switch his shield.
Can you hear the trembling of the stars? Can you feel the whole galaxy's terror?
We're just gonna kite him, I think is the plan. We've done 7 damage out of 40 health. Okay, he's coming up the middle. It's a little concerning. You step here. Shoot this. Unfortunately I could have used that attack this turn. Would have been very helpful, but we'll have to do without. You're gonna go over here and cognition gather this. I think we're gonna tuck you around the corner. You know what? Tuck him 2 points around the corner. It's fine. End the turn, and then you're gonna back up to like here. And you're going to gather cognition points from this. Alright. End turn. Where's he going to go? I gather another cognition point.
In time, when the Sautek dynasty
Oh, he's Sautek.
will beg Lord Cesaragon to erase you from existence, so your suffering might end.
Okay. So, he's weak to energy weapons. Oh god. I do not like how close he is. You know what? I can do this. We can get another point from this. And then back all the way down to here. I am concerned about my other guy. I don't have any mechanicals. I think we gotta just back up. I think we gotta just back it up. Put it in reverse.
See what becomes of your wretched forms. When again I meet your kind, your ships shall be crushed like your bodies.
Like, we need to get some energy recovered here. Oh, okay, where's he going? I like this. Taking a weird path. Okay, run up and gather this point. For like the freebie there. Fall back. Send this off to gather from like something on the other side of the map. Macro stubber out of range. Okay, that's fine. We can end the turn there. I really shouldn't have. Alright, you're gonna go over to here. And then gather from like this one. So we're at 4. And we'll go ahead and end turn. Oh, how screwed am I? Weak to energy. Okay, he's coming around this side. That's actually really good. This guy is useless this turn because he doesn't have any energy attacks, so we're going to back him up. To like here, I think. And wait. And you are going to open fire with this. 8 damage. Nice. He's going to recover from that. We've recovered 2 of our movement points. I'm going to use that to fall back to here. He's down to 25. He's now weak to physical attacks, which is this guy here. Oh god. 6 damage, that's a lot. Shoot this. Okay, fall back as far as you can. Gather from here. Fall back to here. And free move all the way back to there. And end turn. And you are going to go right back to here. And gather from this. And you know what? Wait right there. That should hopefully be safe. He's going to be weak to energy this turn. He's not safe. 3 damage. Not very much, though. We're good. You're useless this turn, so go over here. Need to get a little farther back. Uh-oh. You know what? Screw it. I need to fall back to safety. You're gonna go to there and end your turn. You're going to... He's weak to energy? Yeah. 6 damage. I like it. Fall back to here. And fall back to here. Alright, what's he gonna do? Weak to physical? Oh! That's Tech Priest dead. That's real bad. He's weak to physical, which means I can't hurt him right now. So, go here. Then go here. And I can only fire my gun when I have 2 command points, which I don't know if I have enough to actually gather now. Get up to there. End turn. I got 15 more health to wear through. This is not looking ideal. Get me this. He's technically weak to my weapons, but I don't have a way to fire my weapon right now. So yeah, fall back. We just gotta kind of back up until I end up in a situation where I have enough command points to do something against him. Oh! Nope. Well, I don't think we're gonna win. We came pretty close, but not quite good enough. 2 damage. Ugh. Not good enough in the end. Fall back as far as you can, I guess. Make him waste as many points as he can to try to catch up. Down to 13. I'm down to 1. Oh my god, he didn't move. Keep falling back. I'll like just put as much ground between us and him as we can. What have we got? Nightmare Shroud, he's changed his... okay. Now he's coming after us again. He's currently weak to physical, which doesn't help me. Go all the way back here. Gather from here. Back up to here. Alright, end turn. We have enough points to fire our gun. He's weak to our gun this turn. Is he in range? Yes. Down to 9 health. Okay. Gather from the cognition point. Fall all the way back to here. Oh god, this is... this is very tense. Okay, new plan. Run. Run as far as we can run. You gather from, like, this over here. Good. Then I gather from this. Then I run all the way down here. That puts a ton of distance between us. We should be safe at least. Oh, the lore is fantastic. I mean, the universe, the setting in general, has just got some really great stuff, but especially having, like, Admech and Necrons is quite a good combination. Uh-oh. I'm not sure this is far enough back. He might be able to catch us this turn. If he catches us, that's it. Okay, he's taking a really dumb path. That's good. We go over here. We gather this. We go over here. Do I risk it or do I run farther? I run farther. We go over here. Enter. I need to have 2 energy on a turn where he's immune to physical, which is the orange bar. Okay. Gather a cognition. Go to, like, here, and then wait. I think we're far enough back he can't get to us in a single turn here. Yeah, he's gonna go that way. I'm gonna go ahead and take a single step back to gather that cognition. Then all the way up to here, which costs me 1. I'm gonna then gather from here, bring me back up to 2. Spend a point to get over to here, but gathers a point, so it evens out. And then stop here, and I'm at 2 energy, 2 cognition points, or whatever the hell they're called. He's going to be weak to my attack this turn and move into range. He didn't move into range. Okay, wait. I can shoot him from here. Eight damage. He's down to 1 hit point. Oh my lord. He's retreating. Wait. No. Cancel that. Go to here. Gather from here. Sit here. He's weak to my weapon on the next turn. So right now he's weak to my weapon. Pop out. Shoot him. Oh my god. All Xenos life forms purged. I did not think that was going to be possible. Report Kepra. We got the squad out alive. That has to count as a victory under the circumstances. We encountered a Necron warform capability well beyond our expectations. do not need to hold my emotional engrams. However, battle one is not a success. We will eventually face losses on this mission. When that happens, we must press on beyond our failures to reach success. Well, we did face a loss. Something else. Reanimation. The Necrons are waking up. It started when Resac stumbled on the tomb, but our arrival is accelerating the process. That obelisk may have been a form of intruder alarm, and now the sarcophagi in the tomb are starting to open. And we no longer enjoy the luxury of time. Whatever we do on Silva Tenebris, it must be done before the Necrons awaken completely. We do not even know yet how far the tomb complex extends. We're under the gun then. Omnissiah preserve us if it is our duty. If our duty is ever easy, okay. I return sorrow and despair from my emotional cores, but I see that they lack the logic to determine decision-making. Instead, I choose to quarantine them and adjust our approach. The word of the Omnissiah teaches us that when one method fails, another must be sought until all are exhausted. And what are your orders, Majos? Skitari will explore the tomb chamber by chamber and maintain a foothold. My tech priest will be deployed to achieve crucial objectives and respond to crises. Time may be a factor, but our mission can only be achieved with the thoroughness of a full deployment. Shall mobilize the Skitari immediately. Opportunity detected. Leader forms of Necrons rarely never observed. Potential of +++ intelligence on Necrons. Added to sum total of human knowledge. Imperative. Focus on acquiring artifacts intelligence data from. Alright, Rizeku, take it easy. Glad you guys were able to catch that. And yes, Rizeku, thank you for actually picking the stand our ground option there. I definitely would not have picked that. If you pick the other option, the fallback option for that one, you just have to get all of your tech priests to an evac point at the far end of the map. And once you're at the evac point, it just ends the mission. Once both of your tech priests end the turn on that evac point. Hold your blasphemous tongue, Scaevola. You counsel the abandonment of our very souls. Life of Archmagos Boracis, Appendix 9. Our only objective should be death to the alien and all his works. All else is deviance from the Omnissiah Creed. Intelligence gain equals truth and go to victory. Aphorism retrieval. To face an enemy unknown is to fight in the dark. Better in ignorance than in heresy. Turn frustration at your conflict and choose to experience it. There will be bloodshed enough on Silva Tenebris without the Magi coming to blows. In our purpose we are united. This is the will of the Omnissiah. And it shall be done. Yes, it shall be done. Alright. Majos, the readings from the tomb are troubling. The Skitari have been monitoring the structure we uncovered, and what they have found gives grave concern. Plains Xenobiologists. Necron construct forms are waking up. It seems Majos Resac accidentally began the process, and our intrusion into the structure hastened it. Necron reanimation protocols are continuing in the tomb we entered, and from the energy spikes across the region, there are other structures yet to be uncovered. My plan for the exploration of Silva Tenebris will locate these structures and contain the constructs within. May not be enough, Majos. I've detected a repeating pattern in the reanimation protocols, and the rate the Necrons are awakening, they are speeding up. Can you be certain? The Necrons are machines. Machines act according to patterns and programs. They will awake. If the reanimation protocols continue to accelerate, they will fully awaken every Necron on this planet in 264 hours. Given the extent of the buried structures that will constitute a Necron army beyond this mission's ability to contain, I see. Then our time here is limited. Strategic calculations indicate time spent deployed on missions will affect the overall number of missions we'll be able to deploy. I will send Skitari scouting parties to discover other tombs and create forward positions for your high-priority missions, sire. If the threat on Silva Tenebris is not assessed and eliminated before full reanimation is reached, we will be forced to abandon the planet. Look at the top left corner of the screen. This is the Necron Awakening Meter. This shows how many Necron tombs have awoken on Silva Tenebris. Try and gather as much information and tech before reaching 100%. I fear they are right. I feel fear too that as part of my humanity I've chosen to retain, but I can quarantine it in my neurovaults and choose to instead to focus on what must be done. We must choose our missions wisely. It will not be easy. The Omnicide did not send us here to do anything easy. The threat to humanity present on this world will be eliminated, and we shall not leave. Thus the equation is balanced. It is the will of the machine god. Acropis sector located. The tomb is bathed in sickly green light that serves not to illuminate, but only to make the shadows deeper. Every surface seems connected via filaments of alien light. The design here speaks of Xenos tech heresy, forbidden knowledge, and a structure as alive and aware as anything inhabiting it. Early exploratory readings indicate the walls are made of substances not known to the rituals of metallurgy. Abstract designs carved into this substance suggest unknown regions of space mapped according to some alien understanding. The weight of such blasphemy slows the steps of the first troops to enter here. The heresies of knowledge are deadly enough, but it seems unlikely they are the only dangers here. Welcome to the Caestus Metallican, an Arch Mechanicus class battleship. The class of the ship is one of the largest in the Imperium and only afforded to the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know if that's you saying goodnight, Reavers, if you're saying goodnight to Rizeku, but if you're saying goodnight, then goodnight to you. From here, you'll be able to customize your tech priest and prepare for the missions ahead. You can select missions from the character portraits on the left of the screen. Before we go on a mission, we should inspect and equip our tech priest. Head over to the cohort tab. Okay, so this is kind of the main screen between missions that you're going to be spending a lot of time on. We have all of our various tech priest buddies hanging out down here. They'll occasionally have missions for us. We can see we've got some available. Ooh, pardon me. From both Skyvola and Videk here, our religious aficionado and our very much not religious aficionado. Gotcha. And then our awakening progress. So this is similar to the panic meter in XCOM. If I'm understanding this correctly, when this meter reaches 100, the game ends. You need to complete your mission before this meter fills up all the way. And as you're going around and exploring the tombs, there will be various things that will add to the awakening meter. So the more thoroughly you're exploring, you can get more, Blackstone to spend on upgrading your troops and stuff, but you're also increasing the awakening, which is going to... It's an odd balancing act. It's one that I don't actually think this game does very well, to be perfectly honest. I tend to find that if you're just exploring reasonably thoroughly to try to get your resources managed, you're gaining 5 to 6 minimum awakening per mission, and you're going to need a heck of a lot more than 20 missions to finish the game, and that makes it feel not very rewarding to play. Which, yeah, could use some adjustment. There is actually an option when you first start the game. You can go under advanced settings and adjust the rate at which this fills. If you bring it down at all from the normal rate, it disables achievements, which is a little bit of a bummer. Certainly I'd say this game's unbeatable or anything without that. It's just a little too reliant on RNG, because the rate at which your awakening fills and the rate at which you're gathering supplies and troops can be a little RNG heavy, and can mean you just have runs that you dump 8-9 hours into, and then they're just not playable, which isn't great. I don't find that very, very fun system. But yeah, let's take a look at the rest of our stuff here. We've got our tech, cohort, and mission. If we go under mission, right now, nothing, because we haven't selected anything. Tech, list of technologies collected so far. You can find tech such as weapons and items on missions or as rewards for completing missions. Collection of weapon blueprints you've found so far. Blueprints are known as standard template construct fragments or simply STC fragments. The STCs in the 40k universe, standard template constructs, were back in the day before the AI wars wiped out most of humanity. There were big, massive AI construction Forge World computers that could build pretty much anything, and they had the blueprints loaded into them for constructing pretty much any piece of technology you could think of. However, most of these were lost over the years. STC fragments for items implemented in your backpack slots give support-based skills such as healing and damage-absorbing shields. 3 versions of each item, each version increases in power. STCs got kind of lost over the years, and so now one of the primary goals of the Mechanicus is recovering STC fragments. If they could find a full-fledged functioning STC, that's like the highest level of cool thing they can find. They've done it once or twice, but the problem tends to be that STCs are AI-driven and extraordinarily powerful. Like, ludicrous powerful. They can manipulate time and create black holes, and the types of weaponry that was available at the height of technology for mankind is just unbelievably powerful and well beyond the capabilities of the AdMech. And so they tend to get uppity and weird about AI, and they really don't like AI having access to that kind of technology. Unfortunately, they don't have anything they can much do about that. Let's take a look at what else we got. Troops and what level they've achieved so far. We've got servitors at level 1. These are all of the different types of troops you can find and bring with you. We'll see a little bit more of this when we select our missions, because we're going to get some troop rewards from the early missions real quick. Shows all ship upgrades acquired so far. Ship upgrades affect your repair efficiency between missions and the number of tech priests you can access and so much more. To be honest with you, no idea. I've never seen these. Canticles, also known as the Canticles of the Omnissiah, prayers that can be used in-game. Canticles are unlocked by completing the quests that are listed on each locked canticle. Once the quest for a canticle is complete, you'll be able to take the canticle on missions and use its incredible abilities. Alright, so you can see the unlock requirements here for all of these. Complete 5 missions, 10 missions, complete 1 mission without using a canticle, complete 2 missions without using a canticle, complete 3 without using a canticle. And what these actually do: bonus physical damage, bonus energy damage. We've got a lot. There are tons. There are just tons and tons and tons and tons you can do. It'll have all kinds of different effects. Gain cognition points. This is collecting 25 and just gain cognition points. Blessings of the Omnissiah to gain even more cognition points. Move 5,000 meters and you get plus 15 meter movement for 1 round. Physical armor, energy armor. Next attack will break armor. Next attack will break physical armor. Next 6 attacks will ignore all armor. That is pretty ludicrous right there. Matter of fact, focusing on getting that might be a good idea. Scan 12 Necrons. Kill 1 boss. Don't know how that hasn't already happened. I feel like that should have counted. I feel like I killed the boss there. Does that not count as a boss? Dear God. Alright, anyways. Cohort. Cohort quarters, you can see all available tech priest troop units currently unlocked. Troop units are shown at the top of the screen. You can see each troop has available and all statistics for each unit. Pardon me. Tech priest is shown in the bottom 6 slots. Leftmost button, a tech priest to begin customization. And here's where we can go in under Menarius and Jeremiah. Apparently we've revived, was it Jeremiah that died? No, it was Menarius that died. Tech Priest Customization Screen. Many ways to customize a Tech Priest. You can change their weapons, body augments, backpack upgrades, and more. Upgrade your Tech Priests. Head to the Disciplines button and near the Tech Priest portrait now. So if we head over to here, Discipline screen. From here you can upgrade your Tech Priest using Blackstone. Each discipline is focused on a different playstyle. Select one of the skills from one of the 6 discipline trees now. So you can see all your different explorators take the quest for knowledge more than any other discipline. We're going to have bonuses like reveal enemy statistics in melee range, avoid all opportunity attacks and gain freedom movement. Machine spirit attacks deal extra physical or extra damage. Power generators cost one less cognition point, which I believe are like a shield generator you can get. And then, if no ranged weapons are equipped, bonus to damage, bonus to movement, bonus to armor, and a critical chance. So if you want to go like full melee on a tech priest, you could specialize a tech priest into having like a full melee thing. You're going to gain some abilities occasionally. So we've got Servant Protocol Servo Skull. Troop unit gains 1 damage, 4 movement, and 15% critical chance. These are all just passives right here. This is an active. It costs 1 command point to do. Range of 8 meters and a cooldown of 3. All troops in range attack selected target. So if you have any ranged troops, you can just pick a target and have every troop you have in range open fire at the same time. Real good if you're playing with a lot of ranged troops. Command, choose between 2 canticles, plus 2 damage to all troops for the next attack, or plus armor to all troops for 1 round. So buffing your troops. Cognitive canisters have -1 cooldown. No idea what that means. Call in a troop unit instantly anywhere on the map for 1 CP. So this guy here, if you're going to try to, once you have some really fancy troops that you want to start calling in, like servitors aren't that special, but once you start getting some better ones, you can start using this guy to specifically call it in. Also, these empty ones, as you pay for these, you're going to unlock this slot, which will let you unlock here. We'll see that when we start picking our stuff. Next weapon attacks, cognition cost is reduced by 2. Tech Priest unit gains physical armor. Choose between canticles, plus 2 damage to all Tech Priests for their next attack, and then plus 2 armor for all Tech Priests. Refractive field generators gain blah blah blah. Cast a canticle for free. Canticle can be used again later in the mission, so take one of your canticles that you have available, and for free, just go ahead and cast it. Doesn't count against your normal usage. When you have some really good canticles, that's going to be quite useful. This guy also seems like he's going to be pretty darn good at just general, like, buffing your Tech Priests. A lot of buffs, a lot of whatever. Here we go. Lex Mechanic. Generate a CP if the gauge is empty. Collect all CP from one source with your Servo Skull. So normally Servo Skulls only collect 1 CP if you send them out to go gather the CP from a thing. And we saw in that one mission there was an object that had 3 available. With this ability, your Servo Skull will be able to gather all 3 from it. Not that useful if you don't have multiple CP objects on the map. Extremely useful if you do. This one will gain you 1 CP on killing a target. One is scanners have -1 cooldown. There. And active, fill the cognition gauge. Passive, collect 1 cognition point when hit by the enemy. So, Lex Mechanic is just going to give you all kinds of CP buffs. You're going to have all the ways in the world to buff your CP gauge, which could be very useful because CP, as we saw there, can make or break your game. It lets you move farther, it lets you shoot more often, it lets you scan things more, it lets you do everything. So this can be you probably want to have at least 1 Tech Priest that's going to be useful for this. Engine Seer. This is one of the first miniatures I ever painted, actually, was Tech Priest Engine Seer. Active ability, cleanse target of negative effects. They last 1 turn less, so if there's debuffs on you, you can heal them. Restore 1 HP at the end of the unit's turn, so this guy will slowly restore health over the course of the battle. That's pretty darn good. Heals 1 target for 3 HP. That's again quite good. Curatio Claws have 1 less cooldown and restore 2 more HP, so there's a piece of equipment you can put on people that will let them heal people. This reduces their cooldown and makes them heal better. Choose between 2 canticles, restore all HP on all Tech Priests, or restore all HP on all troops. It's a medic. Dominus. Plus 4 range for ranged weapons. Deal 1 damage to target with your Servo Skull, so when you go to scan your target, you can just attack them for 1 hit point. Machine Spirit deals 2 damage, which is anytime your weapons use their Machine Spirit attack, you get a bonus 2 damage on it. Energy Enhancers cost -1 CP to use. Don't know what those do, but if we see those, we'll see what they do. If no melee weapon is equipped, gain damage and ranged attack armor. If you're going for ranged, pretty darn good. Also, the Servo Skull being able to deal damage is actually a really useful little tick damage thing to have available. If you're trying to kite somebody and just tick them to death, that can work quite well. And then finally, Zenorite. I believe this was added by the DLC. Restore 1 HP at the beginning of the unit's turn. Gain 1 damage. After making an attack, the unit loses 1 HP. So this means I gain 1 damage per attack, but I take 1 damage per attack. You're going to want to offset this with some kind of way to heal HP. Gain 5 crit per missing HP. Restore 3 HP, so that lets you heal yourself a little bit to offset the damage you're going to be taking from other attacks. This one does restore 1 HP at the beginning of the unit's turn, which is similar to something we saw over here. Matter of fact, I believe it's identical to something we saw over here. It's just the other one was, yeah, right here. At the end of the unit's turn, at the beginning of the unit's turn. You can take skills from multiple trees, so like, say taking all of the Lex Mechanics skills to improve your CP generation and giving them a 1 HP restore here, and then going down and giving them the one, they'll be restoring 2 HP per turn automatically and having a bunch of, you know, command point restoration abilities can be very useful for kiting, and then maybe give them some of the Dominus plus range and tick damage and all that stuff to really start getting them going. Get an Engine Seer in your team. You can start adding up these buffs pretty quickly into some pretty ridiculous combos. And finally, once per battle, revive the Tech Priest at the beginning of its next turn with 10 HP. If this unit dies, it just comes back to life. Yeah, for right now, I want to start going down Lex Mechanic. In order to upgrade, you must have enough Blackstone. When you rank up, you'll gain augment slots, skills, and body parts. This is going to give me increased augment capacity and the generate 1 CP if the gauge is empty. Having a diverse team is advised, however the choice is all yours. Tech Priests can be multi-disciplined, meaning they can learn skills from more than one discipline. If you have enough augment capacity to equip this Tech Priest with a weapon, you can see capacity amount for items within its tooltip. Drag a weapon onto a slot using the left mouse button. It will take up one of your Tech Priest augment capacity slots. To gain more AC slots, upgrade your Tech Priest. So AC slots up there. Right now he doesn't have anything equipped. Hold up. So Manarius and Jeremiah. Let's get you. Give me the axe and Phosphor Blast Pistol. Oh, I don't actually have access to the weapon I was using in the last mission. Huh. Go under here. What kind of armor do I have? Unlock a unique body part specific to this discipline. Arm augments. 2 to HP max and 20% dodge. Add armor. That's pretty good. Add 2 HP and 2 movement. For 4 HP. The max. 2 HP max and movement seems pretty good. This will bring up to rank 3, but it also leaves me unable to upgrade my other guy for right now. So for right now, we're not going to do that. We'll just give him the old... you know what? Unplug that. Plug it in over here because I like it on the top better. Also, you can see it kind of customizes the layout of your guy. Like, he's got this gun now and a little mechanical arm coming off his back. As well as holding the axe that we just gave him. If we unplug that, he's no longer holding it. We can plug it back in here. Logs, some interesting stats on him. Whatever. Let's upgrade you as well. So we've already got the other guy out going down Lex Mechanic. Let's get you going down Engine Seer. Start getting some healing going on. I feel like that's going to be useful. And as well, we're just going to do kind of the same layout as we've previously done. I'm fine with a slightly weaker... Like, we could slot this one in, but it costs 3 CP to fire. Single target melee attack. Upon hitting the target, turns it into a cone area attack. Deals 5 to 7 damage to initial target with an additional 2 to 4 to chained. On Machine Spirit, it is free to use. So, as Machine Spirit builds up, it becomes free to use. Magnificent Weapon is utilized by Archmagos Dominus Cull, leading to an increased popularity among tech priests. With the ability to disassemble a tank within a matter of seconds, it's easy to see the appeal. Cull is one of the models I have painted. He's like the faction leader for these guys, and he is quite nifty. A little tempted to take this, but it seems like it's so expensive I'm never going to really get a chance to use it. So I think we're going to leave it off for now. Screw it. We'll go ahead and give it a shot. You get this one for now. You're going all melee. And also all expensive. Actually, what about this? What if we unplug this? And then we give you one gun and one melee claw thing. Sure. That's ridiculous looking. I don't have any more upgraded points to spend. Color scheme. Yes, what do we want here? Give me a custom color scheme. Primary... Can we do like a nice dark red? Go black, and then secondary color... Yeah, give me a dark red like that. That'll do. And then head back to missions. We've got a couple options available for missions. We've got, let's see, Killing Jar, difficulty easy, up against Necron warriors and scarabs. Tech Inquisitor Scaevola wishes to begin her research into the secrets of Necrons and has asked for specimens of the enemy to be gathered from the tomb of Acropus. Oh, her. Scaevola is a her. Sure. How could I not have been able to tell? Let's see here. Volkite Blaster. We've got Omnispecs. This is what? Cooldown 2, targets 50% chance to miss you. Pick a single target and make them miss you a bunch. And some Blackstone. Okay, that's possible. Easy. This one gets me the Zenorite Axe, a pretty darn decent melee weapon that deals acid damage over 3 turns. Also destroys armor on Spirit. And Curatio Claw. I feel like this is what we want. Deploy a Sensor Servitor and cleanse the tomb. Yeah. Despite the fact that I am very tempted to go ahead and jump into the Acropus sector here, because I like Scaevola more than I like Videx, the Curatio Claw is better. We want that. We'll go ahead and launch a mission. Here you choose which tech priests and troops to take. Add them with left mouse click. Right click them to remove them. We're sending both the tech priests, and it costs us 0 Blackstone per troop to send in the rest of these guys. Canticles, Litany of Life, restore 5 HP on the active unit. We don't have any other Canticles to pick from yet because we haven't unlocked any. That'll have to do. Called you here, Lector Dogmatus Videx, because your knowledge of spiritual matters and the cult Mechanicus will be crucial in dealing with any moral threats on Silva Tenebris. I have 543,021 works of scripture stored for rapid context topical retrieval. No obstacle beyond my capacity to counsel you on. Unnecessary use of cogitator power, wasted resources, Videx, insufficient use. Go to Augmetic Bay for improvements. Xenos tomb is revealed to us as a great hungry maw that seeks to consume our very purity. Blasphemy reeks from every corner of the tomb of Agrelek. Most poetic Lector Dogmatus. Your thoughts on how to proceed. Take my cues from the writings of Archmagos Veneratus Hereticus. Let the stench of corruption be swept aside by the sweet winds of faith. One of my censor servitors will cleanse the spiritual corruption with blessed incense. Deploy one immediately. My thoughts exactly, Magos. With your assistance, the Omnissiah's work shall be done. So we're just going to go spread some incense at this tomb and hope that fixes things right up. Sensor servitor is deployed at the tomb entrance. I'm ready to send it on its way. Halt Subdomina, the sensor servitor, is a delicate piece of machinery ill-suited to hostile territory. Averlornians 5.91, fragile indeed are the tools of the righteous. It must be escorted on its sacred duty. Don't be ridiculous. Every step we take in these tombs risks the lives of our personnel. The spiritual integrity of the mission truly is at stake, Subdomina Kepra. It's worth the risk. I assure you it most definitely is. I've already sent a team ahead. I foresaw your emotional connection to your troops, Kepra. If you're ever to be a Dominus, I must show you how to command. My gratitude, Majos. The Xenos corruption will destroy us as surely as the guns of the enemy. Very well. His will be done. Winds of Change. Deployment number 1. Deploy a sensor servitor to cleanse the tomb. So, we can see the layout of the mission here. Each of these ones with the exclamation mark will have a choice to make. Our objective is here. The shortest path looks like it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. However, these glyph marks here, I believe, give you special choices that can have unique rewards. It can be worth going out of your way to take a look at them, but if you get them wrong, it can cost you. You can also see we have an awakening gauge here that goes per mission. So each step we take is going to raise this by 2. So if I click over to here, we're going to see this go up by 2 ticks. When traversing this chamber, the sensor servitor crosses a part of the floor that collapses under the machine's weight. The servitor is trapped at the bottom of the shaft of machinery and pipework and must be extricated. Manual labor, we can climb in and haul it out. Magnetism, exhort the servitor to overload its magnetic levitation circuits. Or mechanics, fashion a system of pulleys and ropes to haul the machine out of the hole. Do we have any votes from chat on which one we want to do? Are we pulling it out, telling it to overload its magnets, or building an elaborate system of ropes and pulleys? If anyone has any opinions on which one they'd prefer to see, go ahead and voice them now. Give it like 30 seconds. If I don't hear anything, I'm just going to pick the one I think sounds the smartest. Not that I think it's necessarily right. I definitely don't remember the correct options to this. These kind of remind me a bit of like FTL, because a lot of these choices do have like predetermined outcomes from them, but I don't remember all the predetermined outcomes because I haven't played very much of this. So, not seeing anything coming in. I think we're gonna go climb into the hole and haul it out. Well, no. Tell it to overload its magnetic circuits. Servitor takes 2 HP damage. Pronounce the command phrases that activate the servitors. Rarely use temperamental maglev units. Servitor reaches the lip of the hole and is being dragged the rest of the way out when with a loud... Oh, pulley! Sorry, Reavers, I didn't see it until just now. Servitor reaches the lip of the hole and is being dragged the rest of the way out when with a loud bang, the belching of acrid black smoke or the key component burns out violently. Servitor is saved from its predicament, but at cost of its structural integrity. Well, this one's on me. You can blame me for this servitor having 2 less HP. On we go. Could this be a form of Xenos? Map room, most perturbatory. Throne knows what blasphemous notions they had about the stars. Chamber's walls are covered in elaborate star charts, covered in extensive annotations in the Necron language, suggesting they recorded journeys among the stars. Iconoclasm. Destroy them. Our purpose here is to purify the tomb, and the works of the aliens should not be suffered to exist. Ignore them. The intellectual pursuits of the Necrons are of no interest to us. We must make haste. Or take pic captures of the star maps. They may prove informative. So blow it up, ignore it, or study it. I feel like Videx would definitely want us to blow it up. I feel like Scaevola would definitely want us to study it. And I feel like everyone else on the ship wishes they would both shut up. Reavers, if you're... Blow it? Alright. We're nuking it. choice is a Sage 1 Magos, Epigrams, Macrologica, Psalm 105. Wheresoever the blasphemer writes, obliterate. Everyone takes star maps are destroyed with demolition charges. Blast showers the cohorts with shrapnel. Reveals quantities of valuable and rare alloys that can be collected. Everyone in the team takes 1 damage, and we get 40 Blackstone. So Blackstone's good. Minus 40 damage is a little rough, but minus 1 damage on everybody is a little rough. Necron Awakening goes up to level 1. Our presence has been detected. Necrons are waking in response to our presence in this tomb. As you travel through each tomb, defense systems will start activating. This increases the difficulty of the mission. The longer you spend in the tomb, the harder the mission becomes. Exploring the depths isn't without reward. There are unknown amounts of lost knowledge to be found for those willing to dig deeper. And we have a glyph. Panel shows a heavy door leading to a treasure room beyond which it's filled with cognition. If we can work out the right commands, we can reap the rewards within. Left or right? One of these is likely going to be a benefit, and one of these is likely going to hurt us. It is always the same. The symbols always do the same thing. I don't know if it changes between playthroughs, but they always do the same thing within a single playthrough. And as you get to know which ones are safe and which ones aren't, we'll eventually start to highlight them, show you which one is a safe one and which one's a not safe one. But are we liking the looks of left or right? I feel like we're looking at like one of the unknown from Pokemon. If nothing else, I'm just gonna coin flip it. And we'll do heads or tails. Coin said right. Right we're doing then. Container of some sort that seemingly has raw binary seething within. Clearly it is of Xenos origin. Sparks of data leak through the age sealant used to contain the treasure within. Nothing bad seemed to happen. What is this down here? Initiative advantage. Ah! Okay. No good, Magos. No good at all. The Xenos corruption takes physical form in this murky fog. Can anything be done? Noisome miasma of fumes from the Xenos machinery in this area is masking the servitor's sacred incense. We could pray to purge the corruption with prayer. We could purge it with flame. Or power through. Live with the miasma's presence and hurry through. So are we going to pray at the fog? Set fire to the fog? Or just hustle through the fog? I feel like setting fire to it is the most intelligent option. And praying at it is the most 40k option. Kill it with fire. I agree. This one I definitely agree with you, Reavers. Just set fire to it. Sayings of Archmagos Cortico, verse 58. Prayer has power, but I cannot deny fire does too. Righteous flame scours away the miasma, allowing the cohort to advance. The sight of sheets of flame burning away the toxic fog is indeed inspiring. Plus 2 command points. Very good. And now onto our objective. We could loop back and try to gather the rest of this, but every turn we do, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 extra turns we'd have to take. At 2 points a level would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would bring us up to Tomb Awakening level 3 before we got to this, which could be very bad. We'll show you why when we get done with this mission. We're up to level 2, which means extra Necrons in battle. And it's time for combat. I believe it said this mission only has warriors. That's not too bad. Warriors are the most basic type of Necron. We've got What is this? Ah, I think these are like spawning things. And I've got a Necron there and a Necron there. Okay. I feel like we just go right up front, right? Like we just... Actually, hold up, wait. You go here and you go here. And I can get 2 of my servitors in front. Yeah. Servitors in front, tech priests in back. Start the battle. Alright, Servitor 1, you're up. I want you to run up ahead, smack this thing. I don't know what this thing is, but I don't like it. Use all possible actions, there's nothing more it can do, end turn. Yes. Servitor number 2, also smack this thing. I don't know what it is, but I'm afraid of it and I hate it. Alright. Enhanced analytics plus 1 cognition. Ah, we can scan this. I see. So wait, you go... Yeah, you go here. And scan this thing. We get Blackstone for doing that. Can I still destroy it? No. Ah. I know how these work now. I'd heard about these. You can blow these up. And when you blow them up, it will reduce the awakening level. That could actually be very useful if we needed to. This is phosphor damage. Alright. Screw it. Get right up front and center. Shoot this. Oh, it reveals the stats on the unit, though. That's good. Like it. You're gonna come forward. Scan this. Give me another shot at you. If possible, I'd like to get over and blow up this computer to try to reduce the awakening level, because I want to see how that works. Oh, we've got a platform that'll move us back and forth. New plan, servitors forward. Uh-oh. More Necrons spawning in. Servitor. Oh, we're spawning in new servitors. You go here, and you go here. Not enough cognition points. Alright, you go there then. This servitor is ready. Move him forward. Nothing to do right just yet, so you go there. You are going to attack this Necron. And wait right there. You're going to push forward and hold your position. Nice. Okay, 1 down. We got a cognition from that. I'm going to get you forward. Gain the cognition from that. Machine Spirit is charged. Hit this guy. Damage absorbed, that's a shame. Make sure this one doesn't reanimate. Get to safety. And heal up. Get over to here. Gain another cognition. And then get over to here. And we're going to have this guy set up to destroy this computer. I don't want to scan it. We've got enough Blackstone for now. End turn for the time being. How far back do I have to go to get in range of this guy? We can get to here? Sure. And then open fire on you. This will give me my stats on this guy too. Got 1 energy resist. And not much help. Alright. Call it a turn. This guy's going to open fire on the servitors. He's probably going to kill these guys pretty darn easily, but the servitors are basically free. So, whatever. Cannon fodder. Taking some damage. This platform moves over there. Okay. New servitor to deploy. You're going to deploy there. Screen for that guy. You're going to get up to here and attack you. 5 damage. Very good. You're coming into here. This is also machine spirit charged. 5 damage and he's down. Servitor, move forward. Attack this. Machine Spirit charge. Next time we get an extra 3 damage. Go ahead and scan our cognition point. Give me an attack on this. -2 Necron Awakening. Okay, so that reduced this by 2. Just keeping us at where we need to be to stay at a 2 Awakening overall. Which is very good. Why can't I attack from here? I feel like I should be able to. Oh, weird. I literally can't. Okay. In that case, you're going to stay back here and stay in cover. Can I shoot this? 1 damage. Okay. Scan this. Can I blow this up? Even though I already scanned it, can I still blow it up? This guy's 1 turn closer to reanimating. Get a free attack of opportunity there. Oh! Is that the mission over? It is. Alright. I didn't get to test something there that I wanted to test. If I could scan it and blow it up, that's fine. Sensor servitor reaches a location where the air currents through the tomb will take its sacred exudations to every corner of the tomb. Cohort guards it until its incense is fully deployed and it can escort it back to the tomb entrance. Sensor servitor has been delivered to the depths of the tomb. Lector Dogmatis. Sacred incense now permeates all areas of the structure. Positive outcome, Majos. To the right and proper you see as I do the dangers posed by the corruptive influence of the Xenos. Remains to be seen if the tomb is rendered less dangerous for our troops. At the very least the place is less malodorous. I trust you will continue to consider the alien with the hatred and disdain they deserve, Majos. As we explore this world, remember the words of the binary hierarch Gethsemore. The weak in mind will seek to understand the Xenos, the strong in mind will destroy them and bless their ignorance. Alright. We took a little bit of damage on our tech priest, so it costs us some Blackstone. We did kill 3 of these guys, which gives me some Blackstone back. And we recovered a bunch of Blackstone from the mission, as well as our reward. Blackstone found, leaving us at 58. We lost 80 here. Alright. And that 2 awakening level we had translates directly into 2% over here. Cant of the Craft. Next physical attack will deal... Complete 1 mission without using a canticle. Next physical attack will deal plus 3 physical damage. So we can now bring a second canticle along with us. And yeah, at this point you can now kind of see how this is all fitting together. Is that each mission we go on, we're going to travel one of those maps, make some, choose your own adventure choices as we go along. We get some rewards we can now actually go take a look at here. Let's take a look at Jeremiah. If we go under his upgrades, we can see we could now go down here and buy him an upgrade. What are we liking the look of? I feel that movement speed is probably going to be a good idea. Movement's always pretty darn good, just because you can kite people really efficiently. And this guy's going down. He's all about gathering cognition points. He's probably going to be doing a lot of ranged combat, so sticking to ranged weapons is generally a good idea. We could also give him this arm, which will allow him to heal someone for 2 to 4 HP. Not a terrible idea. We can keep him on the back line, gaining cognition and healing people. That's probably not a terrible plan. Let's go check out the other guy. What can we do with him? We were going down engine seer. This guy's going like straight medic. So, armor. One thing that's a little odd here you might notice, we're going to have a torso augment that gets 3 HP and an energy armor, or a leg augment that's 2 HP and an energy armor. Why would you ever pick the leg augment? Pick this. Unless you have if you really know your stats and like what all tech unlocks where, you can plan out a full build of like, hey, I know down here I'm going to unlock an augment that I want. It's going to, you know, balance it all out. That Patron, I don't. Well, technically I do, but I'm not setting anything up on it just yet. Appreciate the thought, though. For now, with where the channel's at, it's mind-blowing to me that there are even people like yourself that have been kind enough to subscribe. So appreciate that, and that is doing more than enough for me. I have a full-time job already that is more than paying the bills and the Warhammer minis. Physical armor, +2 max HP. I feel like we gotta go with this. This is just the best one out of those. Engine seer, we can just give him a bunch of... Oh, thanks, man. That's really, that means a lot. Appreciate it. 3 augment capacity, 3. Oh, so this is just giving me plus HP and armor. Got it. We could instead also give him the ability to heal people. But I think he's going to be a little more frontlining. Who's got more HP between these two? Yeah, we're going to make this guy my frontline guy. I think. Oh, he even kind of has calls like... So if you've ever seen Belisarius call, he's got this really weird, like, mouth thing in front of him. Ah, screw it. 1 sec. Let's pull up a picture of old Call over here. We'll just get the Games Workshop website up and take a look at Call. He's one of my favorite models. His model is one of the key reasons I picked this faction as my main army in 40k for building the models, because he is really wild looking. We'll just go ahead and welcome to the website where all of my paychecks go. We've got all kinds of cool Mechanicus minis, and you can see, like, look how detailed these are. Oh, and this is a really cool paint job on this guy, too. I hadn't seen the 3D one of him. Like, this is nuts. I have this guy. Yeah, you build them and paint them yourself. You don't just paint them yourself. When they come, they're like this. And this miniature, like, for scale... let me actually... Here, 1 sec. I have this one sitting on my table. Or did I move him out into the other room? I might have moved him out into the other room. The base that he's on, that little circle that he's standing on, is a 50mm circle. So, if you're American, about 1.25 inches-ish. 2 inches, roughly. 1.5 to 2 inches, I think, roughly. That's about how big that base he's standing on is. And then the miniature itself is like, I don't know, if the base is about 50mm, he's about, what? Probably 70 millimeters tall, all the way up to the top of the stick there. So like, we go over to this 3D view again. Oh my god. Can I click on things today? This 3D view here. These little tentacles coming off were individual separate pieces. Same with the computer here. It was like a separate piece that you had to glue on. And if you look at his thing, like there's the computer. There's his little tentacle arm things that are sticking out. These are some of the cables and stuff. His little axe. Each of these is an individual piece that you have to clip off and then glue together. There's one of his. He has a couple head options. He's got this head here, or he has this head here. And then yeah, you just kind of glue it. Just built your first Gundam this past week, and I can't just imagine doing it to minis. Man, Gundam models are super cool too, though. I kind of want to buy one of them because, man, some of the really advanced ones are really neat. And the fact that it's like, it's all just push fit. Like, it all just fits together, and it has like the full underbody structure of the model with like full movable armor plating and stuff. The fact that like fully articulated, that is insane. Like, that's nuts. These are once you glue them together, that's how he looks. He's not moving around, and it's kind of like what you see is what you get. But yeah, the Gundam models are absolutely nuts. So I've got everything in this box. If this pulls up, this guy comes with like a 10-pack usually. So I've got everything in this box. I actually did buy this box. I bought this guy. He's fully painted up. This box is mostly painted except for the big tank, because the tank's a pain in the ass to paint because it's just so many big flat surface areas. Oh, like weathering them and stuff? Yeah, there's some good YouTube tutorials you can get for weathering. Sponging a lot of paint on for like sponging on some battle damage, and getting some wash paints used to fill in the grime. It's a good starter tip. I bought a box that came with 3 of these, one of him, another set of 10 of these guys, one of these. I bought one of these planes. This thing is huge. This is not little. If we look at this here, there's actually a little guy on the inside of the cockpit. If we can get like a 3D view of it. Does it do the little spinny view? No, it doesn't. Alright, whatever. There's a little guy in there with a cockpit. Mini torch for burns. That's, yeah, you can do that. I'd be terrified of damaging it. I have this guy sitting on my desk in front of me. He's not painted. I don't have the Castellan robots, and I don't have the Electro Priests. I need to get them. I've got these guys from that box. I've got these guys from another box. I have these guys from a big Christmas box I bought. I actually have 2 sets of these guys. I have 2 or 3 of this guy. I've got Call. This is their like faction leader. Easily the most intricate thing I've painted. This guy is nuts. Like, there's a lot going on there. This guy's got arms for days. And you can actually see that weapon that I'm using, the 3CP weapon that is the melee weapon, is that claw thing right there. And I think you can also later unlock this thing for your guys. He's also got a little pet spider. I like his little spider pet. I like his little book. And my favorite part of this model that I didn't notice until I started building it was this guy. He's got a little servo skull that is just there to hold this cable up so that it doesn't scrape on the ground. So it just kind of floats along behind him and holds his cable up. And that's all this thing does. That's its only purpose. He has another servo skull for like data collection and scanning and you know, referencing and whatever. And he's got this guy. It's there to keep the cable from dragging. And like, I can't imagine like dying and then they just like keep your brain alive in a jar and then put it in a little flying servo skull and like lobotomize all the parts of your brain except for the parts that teach you how to carry a cable, and that's what you do for the rest of your life. And they probably consider it like an honor. It's just so ridiculous. Like everything about this universe is so stupid, but it's so funny. But yeah, 40K, a lot of cool stuff in there. Let me just real quick hop back over to here. There we go. But yeah, as the game goes on, you're gonna have more. Like, let's take a look. If we go into here, yes, Sicarian infiltrators. We actually saw those models a minute ago, and we were looking at all the different models. This will unlock Sicarian infiltrators. It will unlock STC Fragment Spotlight. Become the primary target of enemies in range and gain armor for 1 round, so basically a taunt. We get some different enemies here. We get the flayed ones. We get Panoptic Acanthrite. What the hell that even would mean? And yeah, variety of different things we can do. So as you go through, you can just kind of unlock all these different things. If you want to see Reavers, if you're looking for a good lore series, if you want something that's just very like detailed and really covers all the details and all the nitty-gritty stuff, there's a channel called Lutein, I believe it's called. If you search 40K lore on YouTube, Lutein will be one of the first ones to come up. He's got some really ridiculously in-depth stuff, like, I mean, really in-depth. If you want some, like, maybe occasionally slightly less accurate, but more concise and more entertaining lore, I highly recommend Adeptus Ridiculous. They focus on, they have a playlist of all their videos, it's a podcast, comes out like once a week, and they've done most of the major plot over the years, and they try to focus on the more entertaining bits. So they'll skip the more, boring, dry stuff for the most part to kind of focus on the more entertaining bits, and they make a lot of memes and a lot of jokes while they do it. It's just 2 guys kind of talking to each other and shooting the shit. Yeah, I do too. That's actually what I do when I'm painting my minis. It's just listen to some like lore podcasts and then paint the minis. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it a part here for now. I do need to get some sleep here today before I work, and there's an air show in my town this weekend, which means that there's a fairly good likelihood that I'm gonna get woken up in the middle of sleeping by an F-18 flying over the top of my house, because I live like 3 blocks from the front line of the air show, and the pilots are out practicing this week, which I love. I love air shows and pilots and fighter jets and stuff like that. That's super fun. I think it's all the technology behind it and the skill of those pilots is just absolutely incredible to watch. It is also very loud and difficult to sleep through when you have the Blue Angels practicing turning maneuvers directly over your roof. So gonna try to get going now so that I can make sure I get as much sleep as possible in. And yeah, I just wanted to do this one as a one-off because I don't know if this is something I'd want to do a whole series on. It's a bit slow. Maybe one day we'll come back to this as a series just to take a look at it a little bit more. I've never actually finished this game, so might give it another shot. I mean, we managed to pull that mission off with only 2. That's pretty darn good. Shooting those computers seems like it's a pretty good idea, which I actually didn't really realize about. But yeah, it's a fun game. There is 1 bit of DLC out for it, Heretic, which is I do own. It's I think possibly where this mission is coming from. It's about, maybe it isn't. I don't know. There's a mission series you're gonna get eventually in here where there's like heretic tech priests on your ship that want to take over the ship and are corrupting it to Xenos forces or something. It's wild. On sale on Steam. You can usually pick it up at a pretty good deal. It goes on sale pretty often. Yeah, fun game, fun Mechanicus gameplay, amazing soundtrack, and a lot of replay value because it's like so randomized, so you can get all the different tech unlocks and cohorts and stuff. Each time you play, you're gonna get a little bit of a different experience, which is fun. But yeah, thanks for joining. Back this week with I don't know what. We finished up KOTOR 2, so I need to figure out something else for a nighttime stream. Yeah, I do. I wanted to do this one-off thing, like at least once a week, to do something just to showcase something interesting, without getting too buried into just always having series going on. But I do want to have a series going on, which means I need to figure out a plan for what the heck I'm playing this week. I need something new at night. I might try to finish up some of the series that I kind of like abandoned, because I was like halfway through, or more than halfway through, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and something else came out that I wanted to cover, so I switched to that. And I'd been playing through the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and I played through all the Mass Effect games previously, but then I was doing the Legendary Edition just to compare them, and I was trying to do like Renegade playthrough to do a different version. So maybe I'll go to that, and if not, I'll find something else. We'll figure something else out. Depending on whether or not I get any sleep tonight thanks to this air show, I may be back tonight, or it might be tomorrow. We'll see. Twitter links down below. That's where I usually post any updates on that kind of stuff. So, thank you all for joining. It's great to see you. Kingdoms of Amalur. I've never played that. I've heard nothing but good things. I should look at that. I should potentially look at that. That's a definite possibility. But yeah, well, thank you all for joining. I'm gonna go get some sleep, and then we'll be back either tonight or tomorrow night, whatever, 24 hours or 48ish hours from now, with some more something. We'll figure something out. Leave some comments on my on Twitter if you wanna suggest anything. See you all around. Have a good one.